G'day, I'm Jenny Bennell and I'm a mum to 16 children. Now, I've been grocery shopping. You might have seen the grocery haul. There were a few items in that grocery haul that we had specifically bought so that we can make a meal tonight. Now, we've never made this meal before and I found it in one of the little free magazines that you can pick up at the checkout at the grocery stores. So I thought we would give it a go. We are cooking something different for dinner tonight. It's something that we haven't done before, but I'm hopeful that the kids are going to like it. Now, when you go shopping, when you get to the checkout, have a look. There's a little free magazine that both Coles and Woolworths offer their customers. And if you have a look through it, they often have some really great recipe ideas in there. And it's good to have a little bit of change up in your menu planning, and it's great to have some inspiration for something new. So I found this great recipe in one of the Woolworths ones, so we thought, yep, let's give that a go. I'm pretty sure most of the ingredients the kids eat, so fingers crossed, hey, that it works out tonight. When you're looking at the recipe to try, have a look at the ingredient list first. Are they items that your family would normally eat? It's okay to try one or two new products, but if the whole thing is new for your family, you may find that your children don't really want to mess with this new recipe that mum's put in front of them. They simply might not want to eat it, and you might waste a lot of money that way. So keep an eye on your ingredient list. Then look at the prep time. How long is it going to take you to prep all the food up and get it ready to cook? Then look at your cooking time. Can you pop it into the oven? Is it something that you have to stand and supervise for a long time? Because that can make the decision for you, whether, do you really want to stand in the kitchen for 40 minutes while something cooks, while you're stirring it continuously? Maybe not, I don't know. And then look at your possible cleanup time afterwards, because it's one thing to stand and cook for a really long time and then sit down and have your meal. But none of us want to stand in the kitchen afterwards and clean for hours on end afterwards. So try and pick meals that are a quick and easy prep, quick and easy cook time, and a quick and easy clean up time. So I'm just going to mention a couple of the ingredients here. So this recipe calls for a particular loaf of bread that goes into it. So I'm going to use what's on the recipe, but I'm pretty sure that you could use just about any bread. So if you are one of those really clever people that make their own bread, and you want to put that in it, I think that would be fine. I think you could probably even get away with using sliced bread. So if you wanted to put like a multigrain in there or a wholemeal bread, I think it would work. So never be afraid to try a few different things in a recipe. What works for one family might not work for another. You might enjoy the taste more of a particular recipe if it's an item that you normally have in your household food list. Now, cage-free eggs. Lots of people were telling me about the problems within this industry about the eggs. So we are balancing our budget and trying to balance what we can do to help by buying cage-free eggs. So if it's within your budget, go right ahead and try that, because I think it's great to support changes in the industry like this. Let's talk about herbs. Now, when I went into the grocery store, the chives were expensive. But I had a little look around, and right there in the fruit and veggie department was a little stand with some plants on it, and they had a little potted chive right there. It was actually cheaper to buy the fresh herbs right from the plant than what it was to buy them in a container in the fruit and veggie department. So that's what I did. I bought the plant. So we'll always have them. It would be very possible to make this into a vegetarian dish. It does have bacon in it, but you could remove the bacon, and in fact we've got one child who does not like bacon, and rather than make them pick it out of the meal, I will make one small dish without the bacon in it for her, And so that's the vegetarian version, really simple. And you could also swap out the bacon for any meat, I think. So if you've got leftover Christmas ham that you've diced up and popped in the freezer, if you've had a roast and there's leftover roast, I think that would work well in it too. But for tonight, we're going to use the bacon. Now, what I said about swapping out the meat and swapping out the bread, I think you could actually swap out the veg in this too. So if you don't like broccoli, cauliflower, green beans, carrot, whatever you've got in season, in your pantry, in your freezer, I would use it. And the same goes for the cheese. If you really don't like Parmesan, I mean, I'm hoping that the kids will like the Parmesan cheese tonight. Other than some of the older kids who may have had it, like, you know, in a restaurant food or a takeout or something like that, I don't buy it normally, so I don't actually know whether the kids are going to like it. So I'm going to mix up the recipe a little bit, and instead of just straight Parmesan in it, I'm actually going to mix it with some plain cheddar cheese as well. And we'll just go a little bit easy until they get a taste for it. I may even let the kids try it first to see whether they actually like the taste of it before I go and throw the whole thing into the recipe. Tonight when we're cooking this, I will show you all the ingredients and a costing. I'm going to try and work out what it will cost per serve. Now, I'm going to have to double or triple this recipe. It says it serves 6. That's not going to cut it in this household. So we'll have more people here. I think I'm serving 14 tonight. Not completely certain. So I will double check my list. But if there is enough left over, we can always put it into a single serve dishes and pop them into the freezer. Those sorts of things where there's a leftover from every meal, always stick them in your freezer because they can make a nice lunch for mum, or, you know, if a teenager comes home late from work, it's awesome to have a nice quick meal that they can pop into the oven and cook for themselves. And there's no wastage, no leftovers, ever. Leave no food behind, right? Really hope you enjoy watching it. Let me know if you try this recipe out and if your family likes it too.